Hello and welcome to the Big Smoke and Friends podcast. I don't have an intro. Yeah. In front of a live studio audience. That does not exist. Yeah, I can't imagine. I don't get. Like, I guess I get the live podcast thing, but like also at the same time, just like I mean, man, I don't know. I never understand that shit too. To be honest, it's like I'm just gonna do a podcast in front of a live audience when usually it's supposed to just be like a little intimate conversation. You know what I mean? I feel like you get like influenced by a crowd like that. Or you got some fucking jackass gonna yell random shit in the middle of you talking to someone or something. I guess you'd have to involve the crowd to kind of keep them from doing shit like that. Because you don't want to just like ignore. I guess right there, you don't want to just ignore it. So I mean, maybe it's just a different format. To be honest, most of the time when a podcast I like does like a live version that's like is usually behind a paywall, and I'm like, I'm good. Peace. See you next week. Uh, which is so weird to me. Sometimes there are like things that cost an exuberant amount of money that I have no issue paying for. And then something like just like, oh, it's $5 to get in. I'm like, no, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that money. I'm trying to save money right now. Do you want to go to this concert that's like $200 to go? I'm like, yeah, here, take my money. Shut the fuck up. Take my money. Uh, but it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe I just like justification. Like I know, like I'm getting my. It's like like just now, like a few days ago, my ACL ticket finally got all the way paid off, which is nice. And then I got, I think it's nice when like concerts or like festivals let you do like a payment plan because I just like it makes me a little uneasy sometimes about like cause like you never know what's gonna pop up like you could pay $300 up front for something and yeah sure ooh done it's paid for but then like I can't remember what was it. Like I remember like last year, like my like a tire, I had a tire blow out on me randomly, like right when I got paid. Like luckily at least. And I was just thinking, just like man, like imagine if I would have just blown a fuck ton of money on something, and then like that happens, and now I have to pay for that. There's like nothing like something like a car or like a medical expense or like say something happens at your house or something you have to pay for. There's like no there's no getting around it. This needs to get taken care of today or at this like immediately. And you're like shit. Now you're like fucking dead broke. Like you have no money. And I mean that's just like I remember like last year from ACL after I came back from ACL, it like fell on like a week where I had just paid rent. Like I just gotten paid, so I paid rent first, and like whatever's left over is what I had, and then my car broke down, and then even when I got back too, like I got an extra charge from the fucking hotel, so I was like flat fucking broke for like a week. But you know what I mean? I got you get through it too. I mean, it's just like I don't know. I mean, sometimes I do feel like life is just a bunch of fucking uh bullshit after another, and whether it makes you a stronger person or breaks you mentally and physically. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. I go back and forth. Maybe this is all character development, and then I'm just like, why the fuck am I dealing with this some new bullshit every single fucking week? And I fucking want to die. But anyway, I mean that's a story for another day, honestly. But yeah, no, I hope you guys been doing good. I know I usually do like the like solo episode like on a Sunday, like at the end of a week. Usually I have like a lot of shit talked about that way. But I'm doing it in the middle of the week now on a hump day. Is hump day still like a thing? They're like, ooh, hump day. I mean, no one gets excited for a Wednesday. I think it was like that fucking Camel for a little bit that made like a meme. And like, was Hump Day for like Camel cigarettes? Was that like no? That was it has been for something else. I don't know why there's this random. I remember like the advertisement being like Hump Day. And it was like a camel, and I don't remember what company it was for. But like the only thing I can think of like Camel as a mascot, not Camel cigarettes. But I mean, I don't think I've seen I haven't seen a cigarette commercial ever. Actually, I don't think because like for a while, yeah, you could used to see cigarette commercials, but now you don't like at all. Besides the anti vaping and anti, and I gotta say, man, you guys gotta tone it back on the vape commercials. Like fucking hell, this is not heroin. I'm not gonna ruin my life smoking a fucking vape. Like you got like these commercials, and they're all targeted towards like kids too, like high school kids. And I'm just like, oh my god, did you guys not learn anything from like Dare or just say no? Like, there's gonna be a kid smoking a fucking little cotton candy strawberry little vape box. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just like thinking like how like what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like this does not. I mean, sure, you have like the need like just like any other, not even like people who are used to smoke cigarettes. Like that's the thing. Like I mean, sure, there's like the pack a day people. There's also the people that just smoke every once in a while, and yeah, they have the habit. Especially if like shit. Sometimes I used to miss when my parents smoked cigarettes. Fuck, it would be. I remember when my mom would have like a or dad. I've never. No, he just smokes cigars, which is the same fucking thing. Um. So I mean, I don't know why he thought there was a difference really, but anyway, it was just more of a like whenever they would like have a fight or they'd have a shitty day, they go out back, smoke a fucking cigarette, come back, and they're like, and boom, everything was calm, everything was better, and then they quit, and then everything became shitty. Um, Not really. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good that you quit. I mean, I'm just saying, like, ugh, you don't want like lung cancer and shit like that. And then someone was telling me, I think it was my grandma. So I mean, like smoking a joint is like smoking 7 cigarettes, and I'm just like, yeah, cool. So I guess I'm smoking like half a pack a day or something. Man, just I don't get like I get like the like fuck Willie Nelson stopped smoking because of the harmful effects of it. Because I mean, breathing anything other than oxygen is not good for you. I'm not gonna sit here and smoke it like like smoking out of a bong. Supposedly it's better for you. Um, but I mean, I say the pros way outweigh the cons with weed for sure. I mean, no one's even you can't. It's a drug that gets you fucking high and does all this fucking crazy shit that like half of like a prescription, the fucking medicine cabinet of every soccer mom in America does. But still, people are like this bad. And you don't even have to if you really want to not have like the the smoke. Obviously, you don't want to smoke it. There are other options. I mean, I've seen straight up like THC pills, edibles, gummies. They even have like little syringes where it's just like that, like like you put it on something. Like I love that fucking video of like Gordon Ramsay and like his friend or whatever, or two of his friends are like they add like little droplets of like like the THC oil to like a little piece of like a piece of bread or some little tea hors d'oeuvre, something, like those little like I can't remember what they call it. I know it's like a specific thing. Like it's like the type of like an hors d'oeuvre, I guess you'd see like on a tray or something, like some dude walking around with it, stuff like that, little bite-sized stuff. And he just keeps adding it to shit. I mean, and it's like little by little building up. And people don't realize. I mean, you don't need a lot with edibles, especially if you're not like a heavy smoker. or even like a drug user at all. Like say you don't even take like Tylenol. Like that's the thing with people that do like a lot of prescription drugs sometimes too. Like my fucking mom, she got a tolerance for days, and not to say that she's a fucking pill popper or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that. Uh, but yeah, I mean she just has higher tolerance for like fucking drugs, but like she doesn't drink, so like like the like one drink at a fucking bar will like get her fucked up, or like I would say two, two, and she's drunk, which is just kind of annoying sometimes. But she never drinks, so it's all good. And I gotta say too, man, it's so weird though, like how some people take like drinking and like driving around, like not drinking and driving, like where I want to get fucking belligerent and get behind the wheel, but like some people are like, you have one drink, you cannot drive. And then there's the other spectrum of the side of people that are just like, oh, I've only had like half a bottle of wine, I can fucking drive. I'm good. And I've been guilty of it too. I mean, shit. I mean, who drives to a bar and how many people are leaving it in the fucking parking lot? That's all I gotta say. And most places have towing, so you're not gonna leave your car. Even if you like say, I'm gonna do the responsible thing and I'm gonna get a cab. Next thing you go back the next day, boom, your car's gone, or you're watching it get towed away. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, but still, don't drink and drive, kids. Don't drink and drive. I'm not advertising drinking and drive. Don't drink and drive. But I mean, I got and that's something too. I had a fucking thought that I remember I had, because I do like a lot of, if I have like a good topic idea, I always like I'm starting to like write them down, or not write them down, but like in my notes tab. Like I got a fuck ton of like I've been doing this, so it's not even like a new thing really. But I had a thought, and it's just like it stuck with me a lot actually. I had a couple topics here I want to talk about real quick. I wanted to talk about, first I'll go on this one because I just talk about bad decisions and things that are bad for you. It's been kind of the topic so far. But I gotta say this too. If it's gonna be bad for you, you gotta make it worth it. You don't have one fucking drink. You don't smoke one bowl. Goddamn, if you're gonna do something that you know is bad for you, goddamn it, do it. Fucking full send it, man. That's all I say. I mean, you're gonna. I mean, if it's gonna be bad for you, it's gotta be worth it. You gotta be like, you gotta wake up with that fucking hangover and be like, look at the night and be like, that was worth it. I'm okay with this hangover now. I mean, god damn it. If I want to wake up with a headache, it's better be fucking worth it. And that doesn't just include just drinking a lot. I mean, like, whatever you do during the night, too. Don't just go sit alone on a fucking bar stool and just drink until you're drunk and then leave. You gotta go do something. Or like if you're making like a concert too, you spend an enormous amount of money to just go see one person perform. Make sure it's your favorite fucking band. Or I mean, if you're gonna buy weed, buy good weed. Don't buy shitty ditch weed. Or K2, something like that. I mean, like I said, you're gonna do heroin, make sure it's pure. Or something like that. If you're gonna do coke, make sure it's good coke. If you're gonna drink, have two. If you're gonna smoke a bowl, smoke two. I mean, you gotta, like I said, you're gonna eat an edible, take another one for good measure. So stuff like that, I mean, it's gotta be worth it, man. You only live one fucking life. You're gonna eat a fucking cheeseburger, get a goddamn large fry with it. Especially if it's like an indulgence kind of thing. Like, that's the thing, too. Like, something that's bad for you that, like, you hold off doing because you want to be, like say, healthier or just, like, live a better lifestyle. And then you just binge every once in a while, maybe. Not even, like, binge. You indulge. I don't want to say binge. I feel like binge is a negative term. I'm going to be like, say you don't drink soda anymore. But maybe when you're, every once in a while, you might get a bottle of, like, one of those big-ass bottles of Coke. In the glass bottle. Or, like, when you're out at dinner, you're going to have a fucking soda. Or you go to a movie and have a soda. Something like that. Something that you don't normally do. If you're going to, I don't know, something like have dessert. If you don't eat sweets very often and you're trying to live, like, super healthy, eat a piece of cake every once in a while, just so you enjoy life. I hate the people that just sit there and just like, and no one I've ever met that does this has ever been like not okay with it or like suffering, obviously. But like part of me feels like they may be the people that like starve themselves, only eat like certain percentage of like something like chicken or and they get like their micros and macros shit like that, and just like really like I don't know something like don't you miss pasta? Don't you miss like a lasagna or fucking like fried chicken or like a piece of fucking chocolate cake with ice cream or like a you know what I mean? You know some of like the great like it's terrible for you. It's this like shitty. I remember one of the favorite things I would do when I started getting high for the first time was like a large milkshake and a large fry, and just dip the fries in the milkshake. It's the best thing. I don't know why. I used to think that was like a made up good thing. Like before I tried it for the first time, and Garen, I was high, but it was okay. I was like, damn, that's just fucking delicious. I don't know why I ever thought this was like stupid or gross. And that's all I gotta say. And you don't do that every fucking night, obviously. But do it every once in a while. Like I said, if it's gonna be bad, and like I'll leave you with that note. If it's gonna be bad for you, fucking make it worth it. Make it worth it. Don't do something bad for you that you're gonna regret. That you're gonna, a little bit of, just a little bit of bad decisions makes life fun. Just I don't know. I'm trying to like be like it's like what I'm saying is probably not actually like good thing to say to someone. Be like, yeah, do something that's bad for you. But anyway, I guess another thing I wanted to talk to this about a guest, and like the few people that I've had on like recently, I've kind of tried to bring this up, and it just kind of flew over the head, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But I just still can't believe aliens. They confirmed it. Aliens exist. They got UFOs. They got bodies. They're saying everything we said was bullshit is real. Nobody cares. Either everyone thinks it's bullshit, or they're like, okay, but well, like, what are we doing in Ukraine, or like, what about Biden? I'm like, who cares about these people? I want to know about the spaceman. I want to know what we got, what we're working on. Are they friendly? Do we have regular contact, or are they gonna fucking kill us all? Like that's my big worry. Especially when they said they've shot down a few of them. It makes me think like, oh god, we've like pissed off an omniscient being. Like this thing that could like wipe us all off the face of the fucking earth if it wanted to. And there's like probably little to nothing we could do about it. Because think about it this way. I mean, you never know if these. Because they said they was shot down. I'm thinking they're getting lucky. Either some they got a lucky shot off, and some little aliens like kicking himself in the ass with, holy shit, how did I let these monkeys shoot me down? Or they're like, maybe they're peaceful people. They're just chilling. Like they're not actually like being like, oh, look at these guys. Look what these guys are up to. Let's make sure they don't blow themselves up. And then when they're not looking, we're shooting them out of the fucking sky. That could also be a possibility. But think about that. I'm just thinking about like, because like I think it was like a thing of like Stephen Hawking said it, that like if aliens are real, it's gonna be like Columbus coming to the New World. We're all gonna be like gonna die basically, or enslaved, which is like that is what like I think is like the biggest fear of like alien life, is the fact that like, oh shit, what if they're not friendly? What if it's like a Attack from Mars? If you know that movie, great, goofy ass fucking alien movie, but it's pretty good. Got Jack Black in it for a few seconds, I think. He's like a background character, or he dies. Some just random soldier that dies. But was it Attack from Mars? Yeah, it was Attack from Mars. I think you got these goofy like brain shit. Bad CGI aliens. But yeah, too. I mean, oh, who's and like you gotta think about like abductions too. That's like sci-fi horror. Like being like sucked up into the sky and like dissected or probed. Hey, no, not the anal probe. No, please, no. Um, the first time they sucked up somebody that probably liked it, they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck?" Because I like to think these things are like not even like human being or not human. Like they got to be some like robots or like some like weird like I don't know. I feel like what would a person in a civilization look like in like that can like space travel through space. Like that's what I think. I feel like you'd have to be like somehow like specially designed to like travel through space like that. Because like you got to think about like how fast they have to go to get to anywhere. I mean, unless they have like cryogenic chambers or something like in some sci-fi where like, it takes like hundreds of years to fucking go to point A to point B. Which is got. I mean, that's the one thing. Like, was it, like Interstellar or something? Like he went through some wormhole and he popped out like when because like his kid was like a little girl, and at the end of the movie she's an adult, and he's barely aged a day. But it's fucking nuts, dude. I remember that movie. I was just like, I don't understand. At first, at first I was like hella confused, and it took me like a few watch throughs, honestly. Interstellar. I'm not saying that like I got it in the sense of like, oh, okay, so he's like this time dilation from like traveling through space, but two, it's just like I don't know. It's just like this is like a man. Like if you're not paying attention, because I didn't watch it in theaters. I was watching it like while just on TV, and I'm like scrolling through my fucking phone, and I look up and I'm just like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Which is like that's my own goddamn fault. Like I catch myself doing that sometimes too. I'm like I'm watching something I actually want to watch, but like I think like I seriously need to like maybe like take like a because that's an addiction I do not want to like my life to revolve around is my fucking phone. I gotta check it every few seconds. Like I know it's bad when like I like put it like cause like where I work there's a charger in like the office area, uh, like where my boss like types on computers and like does orders and shit. So I'll plug it in there, and like as I'm walking around doing my job, sometimes I will like feel like my pocket buzz. And I know it's like a thing. It's like called like ghost like message or like a ghost buzz or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, like why am I? And two, like sometimes I'll even check it. Like if it like dies at work, I'll still like take it out of my pocket to like check it. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? It's dead. It's just a fucking piece of glass and plastic in my fucking pocket now. And I'm just like, fuck, man. I need to like take like a learn to like put it down. Honestly, like maybe I need to start like charging it. Like put it in my room. Like if I know I'm not like expecting a message from someone or like uh and that's the thing too. People get upset when you're not like reachable like that too. That's the thing. And like my brother does this thing like a no phone day, and I'm just like, oh, you fucking. Like every time I even think about it, I roll my fucking eyes. I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself. But honestly, maybe it's good. Maybe it's a good idea. Take like a day. Maybe you know you're not gonna like do shit. That you just fucking put your phone like on the charger and just like fucking walk away from it. Or like turn it off, just straight up turn it off. Sometimes I will do that if I keep no like if I got like a fuck ton of things to do at work. Um, because like somehow like if I consciously turn it off, I usually just like and sometimes I'll even put it away. Like if I know like I'm having like the habit of like just like pulling it out, I'll either go put it on the fucking because usually my phone's fucking finna die anyway. I'll go put it on a charger like in the office and just like not touch it, or I will literally turn it off and I will put it in my knife bag and just like act like it doesn't exist because I know like fuck I need to focus on this so I can go home and I need to get my fucking job done and I need to not worry about what's like who or what is going on outside of this fucking room right now. Um, which is like, I mean, I don't know. And sometimes too, like, you know, it's weird. Like, I'm not trying to be all sad boy about this shit. But like, I've had like, cause like a lot of people have asked me like when I work like an exuberant amount of hours. Like when I'm working like the 13 fucking hour days. Um, I'll have like people that work at night that I don't normally see because I work in the morning. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Or like, "Oh, like, what the hell? Don't you want to like get the fuck out of here?" I'm just like, someone even asked me, don't you ever get like upset that they make you work so much?" And I'm just like, to a degree, yeah. Like afterwards, I get like a little upset. I'm like, "Why the fuck did I have to do that?" Or like, "What the fuck?" But like during it, I don't. Either I don't care or I don't mind, and because I was trying to think about, I could have one coworker that like, dude, when that clock hits two, he's fucking. If he's not like out the door, he starts getting fucking furious and like the most annoying little bitch shit. To be honest, and I'm just like, I've never heard like, and this. I think sometimes I think like, but this is why I think he gets this way is because he actually has like when his kids were in town, he was like a real because he doesn't always have his kids like with him at all the time because they live in California. But so while they were in town for a few weeks, he was like every fucking day. Like as soon as that, if he could leave early, he would. And if it's not like fucking, as soon as it hits 2 o'clock, he's out that fucking door. No matter what, who, what, or what, anything, rain or shine, that guy is out the fucking door. And I'm just always like, why the fuck are you always like that? And but like at least why I'm not is why like I think because I got nothing to come home to. Oh, great. I'm like trying to rush out the door so I can come home and sit on my couch alone and watch TV until I, get tired enough to go to bed or smoke enough weed. And and, like I have a bad habit of like drinking too. Like that's the fucking thing. Like I don't like to drink every fucking day. Like I have such a like a because like I don't I think like my parents blow it out of proportion, but like my mom's always like we have a history of like alcohol abuse in our family. And no, I don't want that. I mean, I don't want to be fucking alcoholic or anything like that, or even have a problem with it. I want to never be able to have like I never want someone to say I have a problem, and I never want to think I have a fucking problem with alcohol because I actually do like to drink, and I like having like going out with a bar with a friend. I never want to be like not be able to do that. So like have a drink with my dad, or go out to a bar with some friends. Or like have a beer at a baseball game. I want to be able to like just have one beer and be cool and not like fucking alcoholic and I gotta drink a whole keg. Some shit like that. But yeah, I never want to be like I have a problem with it. So try not to do that every fucking night. But sometimes it's just like fuck, I just need like a little like and that's the thing too, when we really start, tolerance, that's when I'm just like, okay, I need to put this fucking down. Like I usually like I have a bottle of whiskey now in the house. That was just because of my birthday. And but I never and I had some like see this is the thing like I keep thinking like I don't but then I'm like I am kind of drinking a lot because I had all these like spiked lemonades here because I did a podcast with some people and I thought they were gonna want to drink and did I need to buy a whole case? No, I could probably buy could have bought a 6 pack and been fine. But for some reason I'm buying a case and now I'm drinking on that instead of for like a little while. I mean not like it's gone in like a few days or anything like that. And then the whiskey too. I'm just like, hmm. Just gotta like, keep a level head, Just keep a level, keep the levels checked. And maybe I need to look at shit too. That I'm just like, am I drinking because of like work and shit like that? Maybe I need to like make some lifestyle changes. If I'm like being affected like that, might if I'm using like say if I'm using alcohol as like a crutch, then I might need to like either make some lifestyle choices or just quit drinking. Obviously, but I don't know. I don't think I'll ever stop smoking weed though. Like maybe if I have a kid, I think about it. I think that might be the only way to stop. Just because I don't want to be like I don't want CPS taking my fucking kids away. Cause I watched this fucking one weed documentary. It broke my fucking heart when like this person was like a cancer patient or something. Like they had a real reason for having weed as like for like a medical use, and they didn't want to keep buying weed from a dispensary, so they're like, okay, we're gonna have a few plants. Let's just grow this ourselves, like something we could do as a family or shit like that. And I don't know if like a neighbor found out or somebody found out and then called CPS, and they immediately took the children away. And they had like real like they're fighting to get their kids back because they have like apparently because of like the drugs and because of the plants in the house. Now the house is like somewhat more dangerous to have for children. So, which is fucking nuts. It's insane. Um, and it just broke my fucking heart. Someone just like had like a real reason for having that as like for like a medical reason, and then I just wanted to fucking grow weed himself. I get it. I don't want to. If I even if I lived in a legal state, I wouldn't want to deal with a fucking dispensary. I would love to grow that shit myself. That way, I don't have to fucking deal with this shit, and it's probably fucking fun to do. I want to get that green thumb urge, bro. Bro, like growing weed, like it's like a dream of mine. I just want to grow like one plant before I die, something like that, just to see if I can do it, But like if I ever like settle down and have kids, I'd probably stop smoking weed for a little while. Definitely might keep like a little bong and like a stash somewhere. That way, if like kids away at the grandparents or like I'm alone and I know I don't have a kid to take care of, because that's one fear of mine too is being like I might stop drinking too, to be honest. At least like at home, like when I'm just like with like my kids and stuff. Because I never want to be like if something happens, I'm too drunk to like drive to a hospital or I'm too high to like deal with what's going on. So it gets maybe you do shit like at the end, like at least when they're like an infant, I am not touching that shit because I want to be always be able to like get up and deal with the crying kid or help out the wife with it with the infant, stuff like that. I don't want to ever be like too high to like change a diaper or too drunk. Like I said, too drunk to drive to a hospital. I can't imagine like doing. I would feel like the worst person on earth for or like you know what I mean. I probably just like inebriants or like because you gotta like take. I mean, I gotta like get used to taking care of somebody for at least 18 years of their life. Probably more after that. I mean, who knows? Uh, I don't want to have a mentality of like as soon as they're 18, they're out. I feel like that's a little harsh. I mean, God knows I didn't have anything fucking figured out at 18. Besides, like, nah, I had nothing. 18, I had nothing figured out. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's something too. If I was like I was dad, I would want to like if my kid was into sports, I would do like I would be like coach a little league team or something. That'd be fucking. I'd be. I don't know why. It just seems like a lot of fun coaching a little or like a kids football thing. Oh, that would be fun too. Uh, although I don't know, and people say that like they shouldn't let their kids play football because of the head injuries and stuff like that. And but shit, I turned out just fine, relatively at least. Um, I don't know. I think it's. I think like maybe with like advancements in like pads and helmets and stuff, it'll get better, and we'll have like less reasons to be like scared of that like happening. But as of right now, I can see the issue, especially as I get bigger, and older, and like can hit harder. Like I remember one time I don't know if I told this story on the podcast once, but I was in like middle school football, and me chilling out on C team because I'm like short and big, but not like big in like I guess a good way. I don't know. It's weird. People when you're in football, you're like picked at like cattle. Uh, but just me chilling on C team, not caring the fucking world. And then suddenly I guess some kid's sick or something, and they need an extra person for the other B team and A team, which is like A team's the best, obviously, and then B team's like second best. Or I guess you could say A teams like major leagues, B teams minor. Anyway, but yeah, but I was just sitting there. Yeah, some random position I haven't even played before. I'm not even on fucking defense. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. And all of a sudden, this giant fucking, probably held back like 3 fucking grades, roided up motherfucker, just runs at me with a fucking football, and I hit. I think I try to like tackle him, or like at least like grab onto him, but no, it's like a fucking like like one of those like little pings, like a pinball machine. Like as soon as the ball hits it, it fucking bounces right off. That was me. As soon as this guy hits me, I guess better way to put it. I go flying like 5 fucking feet, or some. I remember like some hang time. I remember some air time for sure, and just hitting the ground like hard as shit, like fucking rolling around, like just ragdolled, and I was just in like 5 seconds. I got like 4 people looking over me like, "Are you fucking okay?" I was just like, and you just stare like, "What year is it? Who am I? Where am I?" Um, but yeah, no, it's just like, and then I think like they told me like get off the fucking field, and they're just like, "Oh shit, should not have done that." And I think like within 5 seconds, I take off my helmet, drink like one sip of water, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna throw up now. Just fucking throwing up on the sidelines. Uh, it's other than that, I mean, it's pretty fun. Even that, I look back fondly, I guess, on it. But I can see why people have reservations. Uh, it's not like a contact sport where it's like training someone to like, choke somebody the fuck out. So, I mean, there's that. Or baseball. Baseball's a good sport for kids. I mean, fuck. I feel bad. I mean, I wonder how many people's kids that like hate baseball and they're just like forced to play it because like they want their kid to do something, or like vice versa, their kid wants to play baseball and they hate baseball. They're just sitting in the stand like it's so fucking boring. It's so hot. I'm eating like a shitty fucking concession stand hot dog because it's the only thing available right now. Um, this thing too. Like I remember, like looking back as a kid, like how many parents would like just openly drink at games. Like they got like flasks or fucking, or just straight. I mean, sometimes not even be coy about it. Some places, I can't remember. There's only like a few places that like we went to that had like alcohol that you could buy. But it's just in most places where it's like kids, they don't even serve alcohol. I wonder if they did like high school football games. Nah, they didn't have beer, or maybe they did. I don't remember. Not gonna lie, I don't remember. And to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't. I mean, there's some fucking jackass with a fake ass idea is gonna walk up and be like, "1 beer, please," and they're like, "I know you're not fucking 21, dude. Get the fuck out of here." It's also too. I never understood why people paid for that shit. If you ever have to pay to get into like your kid's thing, don't fucking pay. Just walk through. That's what I would do. Or I did as a kid. Shit. Like whenever I would go to a fucking football game in high school, I just walk right in. What are you gonna do? Stop me for $5 fucking? Or you can just make an excuse. Oh, I'm with the band, or I'm doing something over here. Like I'm supposed to be here. You can just always make up an excuse. No one's gonna fucking care. We got some fucking cop that's just been, or not even a cop sometimes, just some like dude with a security T-shirt on, be like, all right, I don't give a fuck. Always, always love it. It's weird because like when like you would have a school with like a cop and like those motherfuckers, so you have to like rent a cops, and then you have the actual cops, and you're like you always. Yes, I don't know. Anyway, sorry. I feel like I just went like down a little tangent, down memory lane type shit. But yeah, thank you all for listening. We're fucking 40 minutes into this bitch. Um, but yeah, everybody. I hope you're all good. If you believe in the aliens, good for you. If you don't, I mean, I feel like maybe you're in denial, or you just, I don't know why. I feel like why would they not? Why would they release it and like it not be true? Just to like get us to focus on something else, or like, I mean, that's one thing I wonder. Is it like a trick to keep us distracted? But also, I'm just like, maybe they're just being honest. And it's just like, finally, they're like, okay, we gotta admit, because how many fucking UFO videos are there now? And how many fucking people are like, I think that aliens are here. This is the government's just hiding it from us. Man, the government's like, everyone already thinks we have this shit. Might as well just come fucking clean about it. But it could all be bullshit. You never know. I never like to assume things these days. But anyway, everybody, thank you for listening. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And, keep chugging along. Weekend's almost here. It's hump day. Hump day. Hump day. Um, yeah. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye, everybody. See you later.